What's up, dudes and dudettes of the year? Now, my name's Scythe, and we are back here for another Trove. How y'all doing today, folks? Hope you're doing fantastic, wonderful. Hope this video makes your day even better. Excuse me if my throat kind of closes up during the recording here. I'm going to take it a little bit easier today just because I ended up having strawberry frappuccino blended cream from Starbucks. I used to work there, by the way. Bet you didn't know that. And needless to say, man, it's delicious, but don't do it before recording, like seriously. So you probably already know what we're going to be talking about here today. We're going to be saying goodbye to the beautiful old Shadow Hunter here. I mean, look at that. We're still doing pretty darn good here, aren't we? Even though you wouldn't think it, but I actually swapped off most, if not all, of my powerful maxed out gems on the Shadow Hunter. So what I ended up doing is I actually maxed out every gem on the Shadow Hunter. And aside from getting myself a new set of fire gems, I can't really show you right now because, yeah, my power rank has gone down and everything like that, just because I'll talk about that in a moment. But the whole point is I ended up, pretty much the only gems that weren't perfect on my Shadow Hunter were my fire gems. You know, both of my baby fire gems had max health on them, and my class gem is really, really uggles. Like, seriously, I wish I could swap it out. But here's the thing, folks, is I ended up swapping all of my gems, the same gems that I was using, and that's the important thing. All of my gems from my Shadow Hunter to my Neon Ninja. I did all the calculations beforehand to make sure it wasn't just going to be a big waste of my cubits. But needless to say, I'm actually doing twice as much damage. For perspective purposes, let's talk about the numbers, because I know that's what you're all interested in, right? So with the exact same gems that I had on my Shadow Hunter, when I fight a boss in Shadow Tower, we do between 20 and 30 million damage per second, right? That's a pretty wide gap, okay, whatever. As our Neon Ninja with our Shuriken, we're doing 57 mil. So that's like 57 mil per second. That's way better than the Shadow Hunter already. And then when we're in Shadow Towers, like Ultra Shadow Towers, we're doing 56,000 damage per second, which I don't really know what that equates to on normal enemies. But the Neon Ninja is doing like somewhere around 550,000. So the numbers already add up to the Shadow Hunter being poop. Now, a lot of the balance for the Shadow Hunter would come from his ultimate ability, but unfortunately his ultimate, I mean, you all know it, his ultimate sucks. It doesn't work, and I'll tell you why. The biggest reason that the ability doesn't work half the time is because the arrow itself from the ultimate, I wanted to see it right there, but we didn't actually get to. The arrow itself is actually a physical object that gets shot out of your character. Half of the time, it gets caught on your character model, and if you're standing on the ground, it gets caught on the ground. That's why you'll see me out of habit jump every time I use my ult, because it increases the odds of the ultimate actually working if you aim down at your target, right? Now, what they could do to rectify this is make the ultimate of the Shadow Hunter more like the Neon Ninja, where it phases through and just destroys everything, rather than being something that gets caught, because that's the other thing too. Usually you can only kill one target at a time. Sometimes you'll hit a couple targets, but they take less damage than the one that actually took the arrow head on, and that makes a huge difference too. I think if the Shadow Hunter's ultimate ability would end up swapping around, maybe having a little less of a cooldown, and make it so that it would actually like hit the target more. I don't even know what just happened there or why it didn't cast. Like, seriously, this game is so uggles. Or maybe instead of holding right trigger, like right mouse button, how's about instead of holding it, we hold right mouse button and he'll automatically pull back his arrow and shoot it himself, so that we don't have to try and do it while balanced with all the lag and stuff like that. Now, that's just my 2 cents about the Shadow Hunter in general, right? These are the reasons why the Neon Ninja already tops him as far as damage is concerned. But the biggest reason that the Neon Ninja tops him is lots of people lately have been talking about like the Neon Ninja speed build. I call it the Rage build because Rage Kill ended up showing me that build well over a year and a half ago, back when the boat hop was actually still a thing. And, you know, at the time, it wasn't that big of a deal because, you know, we only had up to like U6 and we had the boat hop anyway, and it was almost the same speed. But now, efficiency is where it's all at, right? And as much as I love the Shadowhunter, and let me tell you, I don't even like playing the Neon Ninja. I really, really don't. But the fact of the matter is, he's too fast. Like, seriously. Nobody can kind of catch up to him. The Lunar Lancer catches up to him no problem because his movement speed is insane too. And the Ice Sage can kind of keep up, but it's the Ice Sage, so, you know, he's not really the best. But the fact of the matter is that the Neon Ninja is just way too fast. So I swapped over all of my gems and stuff like that. This is already, like, you can already see our base movement speed is what? 93 base movement speed. Not to mention, if we use a pot, we're actually using the trailblazing emblem. And we're also, every time we right click, we end up getting even more movement speed. So let me just give you a quick example right here, just to show you, like, look at this. See you later, sucker. That in the distance, that dungeon, that's our Shadowhunter, left in the dust. That is the other big reason, like, on top of the Neon Ninja just being overall stronger as far as damage is concerned, his speed takes the cake. You know, it's been like a million zillion years since I ended up playing on the Neon Ninja with the movement speed thing going on. Excuse the banging in the background, right? Probably a cat. Yeah, sounds like a stupid cat. But the whole thing is the movement speed really sends him over the edge where he's just better than the Shadowhunter, because we're talking about, you know, we're talking about efficiency here where we're grinding thousands of dungeons a week anyways, right? How much more would we end up being able to grind just based on the fact that we're so much faster? And don't worry, folks, I will have a tutorial very soon of how you actually get, like, this whole movement speed thing. It's actually extremely simple. People try to overcomplicate it, but most of all, it gets more and more complicated the later in the game you're trying to actually work. So for right now, like, you have to have pretty insane stats, if not maxed out gems to say the least, in order to actually go into U9 effectively, right? Thankfully, I just had all of those gems off my Shadowhunter from the past million zillion years. But you can see too, that's the other thing, is the Shuriken has an insane hitbox, which, like, it's so big, it's such a big hitbox that we're killing this kill 30 enemies dungeon way faster than the Shadowhunter could ever dream, just because the Shuriken is killing all of them at once instead of the Shadowhunter having to fight whatever enemy is at the front and fight his way slowly to the back, because the Neon Ninja's attack phases through all of them, right? So, and of course, I'm gonna be going a little bit slower just because I'm commentating at the same time, and you have to backpedal because it makes him a lot faster, right? But I'll show you my stats in 2 seconds here, folks, before we call it a day, just because I just wanted to let you all know that, yep, as much as I still love the Shadowhunter, and I'm gonna be playing on him a lot in just a lot on my own time, especially after, you know, with the help of Be Yellow, that beautiful costume, like, I absolutely love it. I am actually going to, when I find the time, that is, I'm gonna actually make a similar, like, kind of in the style of that Be Yellow costume. I'm gonna make one of those for the Neon Ninja, so hopefully I'm gonna be able to get something that'll look good. So what we've got for our stats right here, as soon as our emblem effect of trailblazing ends up going away, but we've got 109,000 physical damage, 93.9 crit hit, so that's a big one for the Neon Ninja, and 829.6 crit damage. Now, the reason that we don't have the same stats as our Shadowhunter is obviously because the class gem that I have is a yellow one, which means I couldn't swap over my yellow empowered gem from my Shadowhunter, and this gem is Uggles. I really want to swap this one out rather than trying to level it up or anything like that, but I can't do that unless I open, like, a bunch of empowered boxes, right? So needless to say, we're doing pretty good with this guy. And, you know, even just having the, oh, that's because of our mount, 93 movement speed, we're already faster than our mounts. Top that with trailblazing ups it to 113, and if we do a backflip, we actually have the movement speed of 169. Now, that's not necessarily max, because we could, of course, swap our ally out, but honestly speaking, it's already fine. And the fact of the matter is that you know, you lose the Shadow Hunter. Like, I was testing this out with Joe, Nintendo Gamer, right? And I was able to complete 3 dungeons before he could catch up. And then even with Merc was actually playing on the Lunar Lancer because he's been maining him for a little bit now. He swapped all his Neon Ninja gems over to him. I don't remember how many dungeons I beat Joe on, but I remember on Merc, even though he's a Lunar Lancer, he was using Trailblazing to try and keep up as well, and I was able to defeat 2 dungeons before he could actually catch up to me. Just putting that out there, just saying it's too efficient to pass up. I would love to stay on the Shadow Hunter forever, because you all know Shadow Hunter is my man. I absolutely love him. Loved him since day 1 of Mantle of Power because of that class gem ability. Absolutely amazing. But the fact of the matter is that the Neon Ninja is just way too efficient. So, good on you, Rage Kill. I had no idea the true potential of the Rage Speed build. So anyways, thanks so much for watching, folks. What we're gonna be giving away today, I'm gonna give a huge shout out to Snappy Omega, KevKev12345677, and WLKY. Because of them, we're gonna be giving away a Bomb Tome, Winter Pinata, Autumn Pinata, Blue Cookie Font, Raptor Berserker, and a Royal Turtle. So if you want any of those, as well as just being there to support me, be sure to hit that like button, be subscribed to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section down below with your username. Scarlet the Spire will respond to the winner, let you know you've won, then you catch either myself or Nintendo Gamer in game, or you can just join our Discord and try to message us there, because we're there pretty much all day. Either way, thanks for watching, folks. Hope you have a fantastic day. Sayonara, and stay epic.